Hello students, how are you all? In today's video, we are going to discuss another interesting topic of mechanics, that is Newton's laws of motion, and specifically the concept of inertia. In this chapter, we are going to discuss about cause of motion, that is force. In past centuries, when the science was not that much advanced and people didn't know much about the motion and force, then everything in this world was discussed on the basis of the religious books and later by the philosophers. During that time, famous scientist Sir Isaac Newton, his contribution towards the physics and calculus is remarkable, which changed the view of physics to the world, and a new part of physics was born, known as classical mechanics. He introduced the concept of force and its effect, which is the basic of mechanics. Before him, famous philosopher Aristotle gave the idea of force as an external force is required to move a body in uniform motion. But this statement is not true, because by applying force, a body can stay in rest, can move with constant velocity or speed, even it speed up or it may speed down, even it can change the direction of motion. It means the statement given by him is not correct. That's why in future scientists came to know more about the force. Then it was named as Aristotle's fallacy. Later, Sir Isaac Newton came in frame and gave 3 laws of motion. First law of motion: if no external force is applied, then any body in rest will remain in rest, and moving body will continue its motion in straight line with same speed. From this law, we come to know about inertia. Now, what is inertia? Inertia is the tendency of a body to maintain its state. That is, any body in rest will always try to be in rest, and a moving body will always move on a straight line with same speed. This is the reason when a moving bus stops suddenly, then our body leans forward, and when it starts, then our body leans backward. Now, if we want to change the state of any body, then we will have to apply a force on it. From this law, we get one term, that is equilibrium. Equilibrium simply means the net force on any body is zero. It may be of 2 types. Number 1, static equilibrium. When a body is in rest and net force on it is zero, then the body will be at rest. Here the body was previously at rest and net force on it is zero, so it will not be displaced and will remain at rest. For example, let 2 persons are pulling a block which is at rest from positive side, and with the same force the body will still be at rest as the net force on the body is zero. This condition is called static equilibrium, as it is at rest and the net force on it is zero. Number 2, dynamic equilibrium. When a body is in motion and net force on it is zero during its motion, the body will move on the straight line with constant velocity. Let a ball is falling in a bucket of water. Now, the forces acting on it are its weight mg and the buoyancy force against it. After some time, both of these forces are balanced by each other, so the net force on the body becomes zero. But as it was at motion, so it will continue its motion with same speed in the same downward direction. This is an example of dynamic equilibrium. Remember one thing: first law tells us about the concept of inertia. So that's all for today. We will come in our next video with another concept of force. Thanks to you all.